An officer is suspended tonight after cell phone video surfaced showing him tasing and then dragging a man. But the police chief says that he didn't suspend him for that.
Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in Monroe this afternoon. And Tom, you spoke to people who say officers pointed guns at them.
Yeah, Javita, I spoke to a blind man who says an officer kicked down his door and pointed a gun at his family. The police chief told me body camera video he's looked at doesn't show his officers pointing a gun at anyone. Video does show an officer tasing Ivan Tory as he sat right here in front of his home. This video shows a Monroe police officer tasing Ivan Tory and dragging him out of a chair in front of his home. I asked Tory what went through his mind.
I was so shocked and getting shocked that I couldn't even really think.
Police arrested him that night.
Obstruction of an officer.
Did you obstruct the officer?
I did not at all.
It started when police arrived at the Monroe Estates townhomes around 11 Saturday night. More than 100 teens blocked the street during a party.
One officer was in the road. Go get in the house.
Tory says that's when the officer tased him. The police chief has suspended the officer, but not for the tasing.
Cursing back towards the citizens, and it's not going to be tolerated.
The chief says his officers were cursed at, called names. He says they were there for valid reasons, giving lawful commands. The chief says the video doesn't tell the whole story.
You're only seeing a small portion of what actually took place.
Johnny Smith is blind. He says officers kicked in his door and held his family at gunpoint.
They threw my mom on the floor and put their knees on her back.
The chief says officers were looking for suspects they were chasing. Shanna Tory says her kids will never forget seeing their father tased.
My kids was standing in my doorway screaming for their daddy. Daddy, daddy, and it was breaking my heart.
And the suspended officer must undergo remedial and corrective training. Police would not say how long that suspension will last. Meanwhile, the group East Metro for Social Justice will hold a protest rally in front of the police department tomorrow morning. We're live in Walton County in Monroe. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Tom.